Ready?
A hyper-realistic cake is a cake that can fool the guest in thinking it is, instead of a cake, a head of romaine lettuce, or it is a shopping bag, or it's a cowboy boot.
My cake is ready.
I am completely 100% self-taught.
There you go.
Caking is my passion, and probably more importantly, my therapy.
And the result will be a truly elaborate cake.
I'm delivering a pizza cake to my favorite pizzeria. I love giving a gift of a cake. You know, other artists, whether it's a photograph or a painting, they present it and it may not be that person's taste, and should I hang this, should I wear this? But with a cake, it's a cake. You enjoy it with your friends, it takes center stage of your table, and then it's over. I think every cake should tell a story. Whether it's someone's favorite candy, maybe it's a liqueur that they like to do, whether it's fresh flowers and herbs from someone's garden, that cake should tell a story that's deeply personal. This is a crazy story. When my niece turned 2, she decided she wanted a Barbie cake for her birthday, and I was assigned as the eldest sister to bring the cake. So I checked out a couple of bakeries, and they wanted a very expensive price point for these cakes. So I said, let me try this. And I baked a Barbie cake, you know, where the Barbie comes out and the whole skirt is her cake. And a passion was born. During COVID, I just went a little nuts and just was in my kitchen baking all the time. It jump-started, it went into overdrive during COVID. If you want a really clean edge, you're gonna take your offset spatula and just quickly bring in the edge a little bit, and then you get this really beautiful edge to your cake. Ta-da! I like the idea of designing it. I like incorporating a story into the cakes. I like the presentation. I like to do things that surprise and delight. So this is one of my favorite cakes, and I like tall and skinny cakes. And I did this for a candy lover. So the whole cake is about these milk chocolate and dark chocolate covered almonds. I actually even ground up some of the candies and put them in between the layers. Then I did some really dramatic caramel drips. I did a skirt with more of the candies and then crowned it with some more candies. So this really says, I like candy. A cake like this probably took me a couple hours. Hyper-realistic cakes take me many, many, many hours. The good thing about making a cake, especially an elaborate cake, is that it's done in many steps. So I can work for an hour on a cake and then put it in the fridge and then work another hour or do parts of it. So I can plan it that way.
Is that a cake? Oh my goodness.
I think it's all about trial and error. And I think that most cooking mistakes or baking mistakes you can fix. If you've baked your cake a little too long and it's dry, make a simple syrup. Paint that on before you fill and frost your cakes. That'll make it moist. You can keep your cakes in the fridge. You can even freeze cakes unfrosted when you wrap them in saran wrap for about a week. One of my favorite tools, and very inexpensive, is called a cake leveler or a cake saw. So you're gonna just line it up and saw it across the top so you get a really nice flat top. Very inexpensive at your local craft store. You're done. A party without a cake is probably just a meeting. So I think every great meal or get-together should have a grand dessert. And what a better way to grace a table is with a beautiful cake. Just do something that inspires you. And the holidays are coming up. What a great opportunity to spend some time in the kitchen with your family and present a cake. People ask me all the time, isn't it sad to cut your cake? And I said, no, that's the best part, is that you get to cut it and enjoy it with people. And then you get a picture. You can always keep your pictures of the cakes. The other organization that I do locally here is called Cake for Kids. And this is for kids either underprivileged or ill children that may not have a traditional birthday party. And we anonymously create cakes. I just recently did a matchbox cake for a child. I only know the first name of the child and the age. I don't know anything about their circumstances, but I know that they wouldn't have a cake. And I think to be able to give that to a child and to see the joy that that can bring somebody, that gives me immense pleasure. And that's really what it's all about, is creating something special for that child. It brings me great joy to make these cakes, and I always have different ideas. The other day, I saw a child eating SpaghettiOs, and I thought, ooh, I could make a SpaghettiOs cake. So I always have ideas, and I always want to try the next thing.
It's all about recognizing and seeing eye to eye everybody, no matter their disability.
I love working with my coworkers here. They're so great. They're so uplifting.
The desserts, the croissants here are absolutely out of this world.
I love all the coffees that I make. I have no technique. I just do what I do. When I do it, I do it.
We are the best in Chester County. Not calling anyone out, but we're very humble here.
We provide a safe place for people to be who they are and to also learn skills and then take them out into the world.
Shout out to my niece and nephew, and my sister, and my dad. Woo-woo!
Hi, I'm Krista Canaster. I'm the Enterprise Operations Director at Camp Hill Soltane, and I oversee operations at Soltane Cafe. Come to Soltane Cafe! Soltane Cafe is a heart-centered cafe here in Phoenixville, Pennsylvania. We specialize in specialty coffee, delicious pastries, and our mission of supporting and employing people with disabilities. How you doing? Excellent. Things going well?
Yes.
Camp Hill Soltane was founded in 1988 as a residential community where people lived and worked. Within southeastern Pennsylvania, there are 3 Camp Hill initiatives. There is the Camp Hill School, there is Camp Hill Village, or the 3rd, if they have Down syndrome or autism or cerebral palsy or whatever it is, they will be able to come here and share their skills that they have learned.
I'm a barista here at Soltane Cafe. I've been wanting to be a barista since I was 14.
It's difficult for people with a disability to go out into the world and get a job. They are underappreciated and they're not seen for the skills that they have learned.
We work really hard to make sure that everyone feels supported, whether they struggle with certain things, and that goes for everyone, disability or not. We try to look out for each other.
I work 3 days a week here. I have special needs, and I'm like you guys. You ask what they want, you make it, you serve it to them.
We like to feature multiple roasters because we are able to pick from a variety of coffees and only bring the best to Phoenixville. My favorite brew method is pour over. Having a pour over menu is because we do have so many different coffees. We can't always have them on drip all the time.
We have a seasonal harvest spice latte, which we use a spice blend of cinnamon, nutmeg, and ginger.
I'm the pastry chef here, and I supervise Sean and Robin, which are my 2 assistants. I'll have another assistant coming on board, Ryan. I've worked at 4-star restaurants, I've worked in production kitchens, I've worked in catering, and this job by far is the most rewarding.
As far as the pastries, really the stars are the scones, the quiche, and every now and then we'll get a pie in. The most popular quiche has been the broccoli cheddar quiche.
I come here about 2 to 3 times a week. It's important to me because of family members that have struggled with the same issues, so it's a way for me to give back to something that has impacted my life.
A delicious meal and a great coffee with a great mission behind it.
Bye! Oh my God, that was so fun.
Oh, I love King Taco. We've been coming all my life, as long that I can recall. My favorite is the al pastor, but I love them all.
Generations of families keep coming and coming. Every day there's long lines. I'm a store manager here at King Taco in East LA. Since 1988, I've been here for 24 years already. This is a great family company to work for. As a matter of fact, it's a family-owned company. Here we have the traditional tacos that everybody loves. We have 2, the major ones, which is carne asada and pastor, but then we also have carnitas, buche, pollo, suadero, tacos de lengua, cabeza, and the ones that we're focusing in today is the chicharrón, which is really good. Well, chicharrón is one of the tacos that is growing in popularity. Everybody loves. I mean, I love pork. That's one of my favorites.
This is my first time trying it, and it was delicious. I definitely recommend the chicharrón taco. It was very good. I enjoyed it.
You're watching Bite Size Coast to Coast.
Recommend everything on the menu.
There's a lot of different elements to dining out. So satisfaction, surprise, I think would be the biggest thing. That, wow, this is really amazing. And I think that's the response we get.
the passion that we have for making this really impactful is permeating everything that we do at this restaurant.
We are at Birch and Rye Restaurant in San Francisco, 24th and Castro, serving modern Russian cuisine, and we just celebrated our first year anniversary. I had never done Russian food before, and I've learned an incredible amount. The chef owner, Anya, has been amazing. I was actually brought in to just help her open the restaurant initially, and I just stayed because the style of food and the cuisine is just so interesting. Ingredients that I've worked with, I've never worked with before. Techniques I've never done before. It's been an incredible machine in motion.
I feel like we are equally creating this restaurant. He was, I always tell him, it would have never been the same without you.
So early on, we embraced this term, embrace the sour, because it's one of the senses and it's part of this piece of educating people about what food is anyway. Sometimes you go to a restaurant, maybe you go to a Michelin star restaurant or a simple restaurant, the food kind of tastes the same, right? There's no real difference in the dishes, but here we pretty much try to touch all of the senses. So a little bit of sweetness, maybe in desserts, a little bit of sour.
To have that support from the James Beard and that understanding of what we're doing and how important it is in this dialogue, instead of erasing anything Russian, they said, no, let's really look at what this restaurant is doing. Let's look at how they're breaking boundaries. They're really trying to bring to the forefront a food culture that's virtually unknown.
I knew nothing about Russian food. What I had heard was stories of one potato, one onion, very provincial, very sparse. There are things here like different berries and sea buckthorn, doing different interpretations on galupsi, which is a cabbage wrapped meat. I remember the first week I was working here and we were talking about food, and she said something to me about wanting to show people that Russians can do something good. And I remember looking over at her and saying, Chef, that's the story. That is the story of this restaurant. Because once you come in here and you eat, it's amazing. I mean, people continually are surprised that it even exists.
I've had people come here from not just Russia. I had a person from Bulgaria come and she said, this tasted like my grandmother's cabbage rolls. And the flavor, like nobody's doing this. She said, I can come in here and I can have this dignified experience. And creating an anchor for the Eastern European community here in San Francisco.
I've done many different things. I've owned a couple restaurants. I had a wine bar. I never ever felt like I was getting burnt out. I've been doing this all my life, and I've never had and never wanted any other job.
It was so important for me to create a culture that is the most whole I could imagine. A culture of safety, a culture of kindness, culture of diversity, culture of collaboration. This is as much imagination as I can bring into this, and I'm gonna make this a prototype of what's possible to give hope and also pave the way for the Russian food culture to survive.
We're back on Bite Size Coast to Coast.
And people are gonna come.
Good morning, how you doing?
All of our kolaches are made fresh every day. Nothing is frozen. We come in at 3 o'clock in the morning. The smoked beef sausage is ready to go in the oven. Our dough is very special, and our dough makes us stand out more than anyone else, I believe.
My favorite flavor is probably a ranchero, ham, egg, cheese, and a little jalapeno. It kind of wakes me up in the morning. Hi, I'm John Banks. Welcome to the Kolache Factory. Back in 1982, my wife had a gift shop in a center, Westheimer and Gessner. And we used to go to the Kolache Factory that two ladies started almost every day and get kolaches. And until then, I didn't even know what a kolache was, to tell you the truth. I believed in the concept, a product that was easy to carry with you, didn't fall all over you, and so forth. They closed. We took over the business, and we decided to keep the name because the The cost to replace the name was about $900.
The Kolache Factory is celebrating 40 years, and we're just tremendously excited with all the support that we get from our employees, from our communities, from our franchisees. It's really a testament to what my father and mother began many years ago in 1982.
Their location was, it was not a really good location. It was on the evening side of the street. People thought of us as being breakfast, so we needed to be on the morning side of the street. I decided to move across the street to a better location. I don't know why I decided to stay, because we really weren't making any money, but the new location, our business doubled pretty much overnight.
We're going to be making our barbecue brisket. That's one of our most popular kolaches. It's very delicious. If you like Texas barbecue, barbecue's the way to go. We're going to bake those at 300 degrees for about 25-30 minutes.
I think what connects with customers in Kolache Factory and our unique products is the fact that we can just about put anything in them. Our bread is delicious, it's sweet, it's savory, but honestly, it's the grab and go mentality. The fact that you can eat it in the car, you can eat it on the run, you can eat it on the soccer field while you're watching your kids play soccer.
Have a good one, sir.
Tell me what y'all like about the Kolache Factory.
Oh my gosh, I love the options. I literally could get one of everything in here.
I always bring my girls here on Friday mornings, so it's like a Friday tradition that we do. Just love it how we get in and get out.
It is a good breakfast, isn't it?
It is, and I can always guarantee that they're gonna eat it, so that's a plus.
Y'all have a favorite kolache?
I like the cheese one.
Cheese one? Do you have a favorite?
I like the sausage one.
You just like anyone. What do you
like the sausage one.
Over the years, our employees and our many fans who come in every day are always like, can you put this in a kolache? And so we have created the Kolache Olympics that we do every year, where our stores can compete against one another. And we also have an event where our customers can submit recipes online. And so it just creates new flavors, it's fun, it makes us think outside of the box. So we're based in Katy. Initially, we were based in Houston, but we moved several years ago into the Katy area where we live. And Katy's just been a phenomenal market for us. And the people are great. It's constantly expanding, so we have room to grow. I really believe our future is limitless, especially with the third generation, my daughter coming on board next year.
Enjoy the muffins, sir.
Thank you.
With more franchisees taking our idea and our brand into new states.
I think there's a tremendous opportunity for the Banks family to expand. You know, I work for an international construction materials company, and my colleagues would come into town and they would taste these kolaches, and they're like, how do I bring them to Florida? How do I bring them to California?
What's your favorite kolache here?
I'm a basic dude, so I just go with the bacon, egg, and cheese.
I love the options. I'm trying the pizza and the poppers.
Usually I take it to breakfast, like 2 cream and cheese.
The scrambled eggs and then the chicken enchilada. Oh my God, it's a little saucy, but real good.
I love the sausage, egg, and cheese. It's hard to beat, but often they do these kolaches of the month, and some of those months, those are pretty stellar as well.
People will always come back for a quality product, and I think we've gained a pretty good reputation over the 40 years that we've been in business, particularly here in Houston.
We're back on Bite Size Coast to Coast.
I love it.
Do you want the real story? We're here at Pier 39 in San Francisco, and Trish's Mini Donuts are tiny mini donuts. Buy them by the bag, buy them by the bucket, or buy them by the tub. Just eat them. A cinnamon sugar or plain. To get them chocolate covered, you'll have to go next door to Trish's Chocolate. Okay, you ready? Do I admit that we are drinking wine? I own this fantastic tub, and someone came up with the idea, why don't we just fill that full of donuts and you get in it? So we made 5,000 donuts, and we took photos of me in the tub, and then I thought to myself, let's think of something that people will talk about. I put them in a tub. I sourced a tub from a doll store. They really sell. So many people have requested, can we get them other ways? Can we get them chocolate dipped? I took over a store here at Pier 39. It's now called Trish's Chocolate. and that's where we specialize in chocolate dipping them. We are only steps away from Trish's Mini Donuts.
So there's milk chocolate, there's white chocolate, there's dark chocolate, mint chocolate, there's cookies and cream. This is a coffee mini donut. But the same donuts, but just in a chocolate shell. Delicious. If you like chocolate and you like donuts, you gotta try these.
So I grew up in the carnival. My family's Conklin shows. I went to carnival school. I lived under a roller coaster, and I had food in the carnival. I had mini donuts, then called Conkl's Mini Donuts. I left the family business, and I came out on my own. I'm independent. I'm a woman. Obviously, the carnival business is very male-dominated. I made my way to San Francisco, and here I am. This is Conco, and that is a logo of the carnival. So my last name's Conklin. This is Conco. He is on every single piece of packaging, every sign. He's hidden. It's like, where is Waldo? This is where is Conco. It's very rewarding to share, part of my history today.
So this is the secret recipe of the flour that Trish developed while she was still in the carnival. So we start with that flour and sugar and other secret ingredients, and we add it to our mixer, add some water, then we mix that all up, bring it over to our donut robot. Carefully watch it flow on this nice river of oil as it gets golden brown, crunchy on the outside, just the right amount of dough on the inside. We let them cool down for a sec, and then we serve them. Always hot and fresh.
What I really love to hear is, I love your donuts. I've grown up with your donuts. Every time I'm in San Francisco, I come for your donuts. Keep them going.
What's your favorite spot to grab a bite or two? Tell us on social media.